Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Smackdown, as we are just 1 week away from one of the biggest premium live events in all of sports entertainment. That is the Royal Rumble. But tonight we are focused on a big match card tonight, especially tonight. It will be Stone Cold Steve Austin versus J.D. McDonagh to kick us off here tonight live on Smackdown. And from what I understand, J.D. McDonagh didn't issue no open challenge, but Stone Cold Steve Austin told J.D. McDonagh if he wants some competition to bring his ass out to this very ring. And well, it seems like J.D. McDonagh, he's not backing down from a fight, so tonight it is going to be Stone Cold versus J.D. McDonagh. I don't think Stone Cold much cares for anyone in that Judgment Day group, and we're going to see how this man, Stone Cold Steve Austin, that is bulletproof, is ready to dish out some much needed ass beating into J.D. McDonagh here tonight, and I'm sure everyone here tonight watching SmackDown are ready for that very scene. Yeah, I don't think this match is going to happen tonight, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't think you guys want me to go down there and defeat one of your fan favorites, your WWE Hall of Famer, Stone Cold Steve Austin. So we'll go ahead and cancel this matchup, but we won't forget one thing, though, for Stone Cold. Since I'm not going to fight him, I do got one gift for Stone Cold tonight. Uh-oh. And no, there's no way. Stone Cold's still looking at the Titron right now, and I don't think he realizes what in the hell is going on. And oh, now he does. This could end very, very badly. But now Stone Cold bringing the fight. He's trying to, at least. Here we go. Trying to survive him as much as he can, as a Pele kick to Stone Cold. And now another one, just for good measures as well. And here comes Finn, and oh no, I think he just busted open Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is not what we wanted here on SmackDown. We're supposed to see Stone Cold versus J.D. McDonagh. J.D. McDonagh's been running in his mouth, and especially last week we saw Dijak essentially save J.D. McDonagh from his open challenges. And now Finn Baszler and Damian Priest are looking to take out the garbage. Stone Cold Steve Austin is the main man that wanted to end the Judgment Day. Oh my God, 19-16 on top of that damn table. Oh no. And now Damian Priest gonna look to take out anything that lies in their way. And now Priest with a damn chokeslam through the damn table. Come on. And this crowd here tonight saying this is awesome. I don't know where the hell we're at tonight, but certainly for this crowd to be just like this is horrendous. And now Finn Baszler looking to finish up Stone Cold Steve Austin. Not like this. 19-16 through the damn table. For this crowd to say this is awesome, I'm in shock right now. This is not what we wanted to see, ladies and gentlemen. Finn Baszler, he has a big-time undisputed championship matchup coming up in just 1 week's time against Cody Rhodes. And right now it feels like the Judgment Day are targeting the superstars that are trying to end them once and for all. As what a flapjack type of maneuver from Priest, as now Damian Priest with that South of Heaven type of maneuver. Down goes Stone Cold, and it seems like the Judgment Day are not done yet. Oh no. The reckoning to Stone Cold Steve Austin. And coming up next, it is Damian Priest and Finn Baszler taking on your SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And we're gonna try to get this situation all figured out here, but we gotta get some trainers down here and look at Stone Cold. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Stone Cold Steve Austin has been taken to the back on a stretcher. It's not looking good for Stone Cold, and I'm assuming Stone Cold was planning on going to the Royal Rumble, planning on being actually in the Royal Rumble matchup. But obviously with that assault by the hands of Finn Balor and Damian Priest, I don't know how this is going to work for Stone Cold. That was a brutal beating, and I think the Judgment Day are going to start taking out people that are in their way or trying to systematically take them down. And I think that open challenge that JD McDonagh has been laying out, maybe, my guess, it could be a trap that was been set out and hoping that a bigger name would accept it. And the matchup wasn't more of an open challenge or anything like that, but, well, certainly we saw what happened tonight. Well, referee has officially rung the bell, ladies and gentlemen. We're still coming off what just despicable, uncalled for attack. The heinous assault from Damian Priest and Finn Balor to Stone Cold Steve Austin. We got the wreckage kind of cleaned up, but like we've just mentioned, Stone Cold Steve Austin taken on the stretcher to the back, being looked at, and more than likely will be taken to whatever closest hospital is nearby to the arena for further evaluation. But his Royal Rumble status is definitely going to be up in the air as a suicide dive there from Sami Zayn. So we'll see how it goes for Stone Cold Steve Austin. It'd be a damn shame if that cost him his Royal Rumble spot, if he actually is going to be in the Royal Rumble. As now Sami Zayn with a nice snap suplex here. And it'd be absolutely a thing to see if Zayn and Kevin Owens can defeat Damian Priest and Finn Balor, because not only does Finn Balor have the Undisputed Championship matchup against Cody Rhodes coming up next week, also Damian Priest is the 30th entrant in the Royal Rumble matchup. And also for Sami and Kevin, they will be defending those tag team championships against Dominic Mysterio and Dijak for those Smackdown Tag Team Championships. So, it's going to be an eventful weekend for sure at the Royal Rumble, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be there in Toronto, Canada. Certainly, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are going to love to defend their championships up there in Canada, as well as, there's Edge and Christian who are from Canada. They're going to be going one-on-one, bitter rivals. So look at this, we're going to go for the crucifix power slam. Down goes Kevin Owens. Priest, I think it looks like going to go for the tag. Yes, he will. Going to tag in Finn Balor. This is where Finn's going to go to work here. At least get a little, maybe even take out the tag team champions. So where it will be too easy for Dijak and Dominic to walk out. The tag team champions is now Finn Balor, high risk. It looks like Damian Priest is going to go after Kevin Owens, and Finn Balor going to take out Sami Zayn here. This matchup is going to break down for sure. As a big old Samoan drop there, and now Finn Balor over the top rope. This matchup is breaking down. I'm so surprised we were able to actually get the tables up so fast, especially with Stone Cold going through 2 tables, eating a coup de grace and a South of Heaven, as well as essentially a crossroads, but it's the reckoning that we saw from Damian Priest. So certainly this matchup is it's one that we are ready for, but it only adds more intrigue after what happened to Stone Cold. That senton kind of woke up Finn Balor, but that adrenaline might have just screwed him, because now he's going to eat a package power slam. Pinfall opportunity. Will this be enough? 2. Oh, Damian Priest not breaking up that pinfall attempt there, realizing Finn could get out of that, it looks like. And now, Kevin Owens, what is he thinking? Oh, look at this neck breaker slam, almost like a Death Valley driver sorts. Takes down the #1 contender. Finn Balor certainly has the biggest match of his whole entire career, and that's saying something, because he's a former WWE champion, multi-time Mr. Money in the Bank. He just ate a stunner. Will this be enough to put him away? But no, Priest saves the day. And for Finn Balor, former United States champion, former Intercontinental champion. Finn Balor has done it quite a bit here in his universe mode career. He's been all over, and certainly he's faced off with the best of the best. It's Finn Bálor fighting out of it right now, trying to keep himself in this matchup at this exact moment. Finn Bálor trying to get back to his side of the ring, but Kevin Owens wants none of that ring right now. And now just those big haymakers, those big forearm strikes, helping him out. Back and forth we go, and look at Sami Zayn right there for his tag team partner. It's not where you want to be if you're Kevin Owens here. Especially in that corner is now Finn Bálor setting up that double drop kick into the corner. Owens is in the landing zone, but Finn Bálor not wanting to go for that coup de grace, and now leaves it up to Damian Priest to maybe put the job away here. Uh-oh. South of Heaven choke slam. Down goes Owens 2. Oh, and looks like Sami Zayn broke it up at the very last second. As now Damian Priest, the Punisher of the group, gonna look to put him away with the frog splash, but no. And now Owens gonna look to capitalize. This could be Owens' moment, the prize fighter. He's gone through a lot of hell in this matchup, as now here comes the underdog from the underground, Sami Zayn. Let's see what Priest has in store for these two. Good back and forth tag team matchup. It's a shame what Priest and Bálor did even before the damn matchup. Certainly, it's all about sending a message to everyone that has been interfering essentially in what Stone Cold Steve Austin's agenda has been here on SmackDown, and that is all about taking out the Judgment Day. And I think for Bálor and Damian Priest, they're sick of hearing that. They're sick of having to deal with the likes of Cody Rhodes, Stone Cold Steve Austin, John Cena, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, LA Knight, and the list goes on with this roster. As an exploder suplex there from Sami. And Zayn's fired up, but Priest gets the hot tag here. And now Zayn off the ropes. Big Haluva kick. Haluva kick out of nowhere to Priest. Pinfall. Bálor's nowhere to be seen, but Priest is able to kick out still. And the crowd chant for tag team wrestling. That is right. A hell of a tag team match on your screen right here. Zayn trying to put him in the corner. Priest refusing to go into the corner. And uh-oh, look at this. Ooh, what a flatliner there from Priest. Right in front of Owens. Is this it? 2. No, Zayn had to kick out. A strong kick out. And Priest, you look at the face. He's frustrated. Pounding the mat. Not too sure what else he needs to do. And oh, he hit this on Kevin earlier. A South of Heaven chokeslam. And Owens right there, easily breaking that bad boy up. And Finn Bálor just finally getting up to his feet, man. Certainly Priest holding up quite well in this matchup here. Oh, and a big haymaker there to Kevin Owens. I don't know if you want to piss him off or not, but certainly Priest certainly does not care at this exact moment. Uh-oh. This ain't going to be good for Sami, whatever this might be. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't think he got the full impact on what he was trying to do. Almost like a glam slam, but didn't really get the full effect that he wanted to get on that. Not saying it didn't do some damage, but it certainly wasn't everything he wanted. And now Sami Zayn, oh, we've seen this before. Look at that. The impressive Sami Zayn. What a sit-out powerbomb. To turn it into a suplex to a sit-out powerbomb, Sami Zayn, certainly one of the better superstars in WWE today, and he shows you why every single week when he's in the middle of that ring. And Finn Bálor just begging Zayn to get that tag, and yes we do. Finn Bálor, Kevin Owens in the middle of this ring here as a sling blade takes down Kevin Owens. Is this it? Referee just realizing it, and so did Sami, and they were able to break it up. Oh, and a big stomp to the ribs. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you could hear any cracking, but certainly it is definitely there. And another sling blade just for good measures. And now big time drop kick to the side of the temple though. And now Finn Bálor in the landing area hits the coup de grace on Kevin Owens. That may be all she wrote, but Sami right there, one half of the tag team champions, to break it up. Back and forth we go, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a hell of a matchup, as Finn Baszler going to look for that 1916 DDT, or I should say neck breaker, whatever it may want to be. Nonetheless, Sami saves the matchup. But ladies and gentlemen, tonight a historic main event, a matchup we've never seen here in WWE before, Raw or Smackdown or even NXT. It's going to be Ronda Rousey taking on Jade Cargill, the women's champion, as a stunner to Finn Baszler. But the matchup will continue. Priest saves the day. But like I mentioned, Ronda Rousey versus Jade Cargill, as well as Shayna Baszler versus Rhea Ripley, 1-on-1. Should be two phenomenal women's matches there. And obviously, we didn't get to see the McDonagh and Stone Cold Steve Austin matchup, but also coming up later on tonight, Karrion Kross. This will be his first matchup since starting up this group called the Final Testament with himself and the Authors of Pain. So you guys got a scary group that Karrion Kross has started with himself, Akam, and Razar returning to WWE. They have been out for a very long time. Joining back to WWE, you got Paul Ellering, Scarlett as well. Major company coming our way, possibly here in the near future. And I mean, that makes Karrion Kross even a bigger threat, I believe, in the Royal Rumble matchup, because Akam and Razar, if they're not, they could be in the Rumble matchup, but also they could get involved in the matchup and help out Kross eliminate other superstars. It's an absolute crazy thing here. But Karrion Kross will be taking on the limitless Keith Lee later on tonight. This will be Keith Lee's first matchup after, since we saw him lose. That matchup is over the top rope plancha to Kevin Owens there. But Keith Lee was a part of Omos, Cedric Alexander, and Shelton Benjamin at Survivor Series, losing to Apollo Crews, Bobby Lashley, and the Street Profits. It was an enziguri right to the skull. Could break your nose very, very easily. But like I mentioned, that will be the first time we've seen Keith Lee ever since Survivor Series. So we'll see how Keith Lee is doing after that. But definitely took some time to see him. But we get back to this matchup. Really good tag team affair tonight. Finn Bálor and Damian Priest getting more than they bargained for after coming out here, taking out Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then having to get themselves ready for this matchup right here. As now Finn Bálor from the second ropes, drop kicking Kevin Owens. And your tag team champions are in trouble here, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of stuff going down tonight. Priest coming right after Sami Zayn, realizing he's going to have to try to take him out so that maybe they could possibly win this matchup. Because if Zayn continues to break up possible pinfalls or submission holds, that is going to continue to screw up Priest and Finn Bálor and company here. Back in the corner, though. Let's see what Zayn and Owens can do here. Tag team maneuver inbound. Double shoulder tackle takes down Priest. And let's see if Sami can hit a big maneuver here. Put the cherry on top of the sundae here. And now a hoover kick out of nowhere. Down goes Priest. Gonna look for some revenge after being eliminated in that 8-man in. He gets it tonight. What a haluva kick there from Sami. Finn Bálor, I don't know what was going on there once again, but not able to break it up. Instead of breaking it up, he went outside the ring for some reason. But I guess Finn Bálor didn't want to eat that pinfall or even try to break it up anymore. But nonetheless, your SmackDown Tag Team Champions, they do put Finn Bálor and Damian Priest in their place tonight. At least get some revenge for Stone Cold Steve Austin after what they had to go through just a little bit ago. But big win for Sami and Kevin. But can they win and retain their tag team championships next Sunday at the Royal Rumble? And the one thing I wanted was the Hurt Business moniker, everything involved, the Hurt Business name, the t-shirts, the name branding, everything. And I got that back at Survivor Series. Now myself and the Profits, we're still going to be getting what we want. And by the time we get to WrestleMania, we're going to be on top of the Smackdown landscape. And there's not a damn thing anyone on this roster can do about it. Certainly some big words there from the almighty Bobby Lashley, saying that this year will be the Almighty's year, and then by the time we get to the end of WrestleMania, it will be himself and the Street Profits on top of the SmackDown landscape here in WWE. We'll see how that fares, but we get into our women's matchup of the evening here. Shayna Baszler takes on Rhea Ripley. Coming up next Sunday live there in Toronto, Canada, it will be Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey taking on the women's tag team champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Big time women's tag team matchup there. And then also big time women's matchup. Jade Cargill defends her women's championship taking on Becky Lynch. So certainly some big-time women's matches, and obviously you can't count out the Women's Royal Rumble. Certainly a lot of big things on the way for this women's division. You just don't know what it's going to look like once we get closer to WrestleMania. Obviously, it'll be very clear once we get out of the Royal Rumble, but we'll have to really see who the winners of the men's and women's Royal Rumble. And this woman right here, she vows that she will walk out winner of the Royal Rumble this year. Becky Lynch and Charlotte were the first two to ever win the Royal Rumbles. Becky first, then Charlotte last year. And now Rhea Ripley could be the next one to win that, depending on who's all in that matchup and depending on what pick Rhea Ripley will be coming out of. And even if she were to get a higher pick, doesn't mean necessarily she's going to walk out victorious. It's just all about, how you draw, and then obviously who's in that matchup, and then will they target you? There's just so many things that have to be playing out here. But Rhea Ripley, she is already a former champion. But for Rhea Ripley, can she do it again? Can she get back to being the top woman here in WWE? It's going to be hard to tell, man. This women's division's pretty stacked, and now, ever since what we saw the other week with Asuka officially being moved from SmackDown to Raw, Asuka dealing with Bayley and company, Bayley and Sasha Banks, but it seems like Damage Control is, kind of getting whacked out. You just got Bayley and Sasha Banks over there working together, so certainly, everything is going down as here we go, Shayna versus Rhea. Here we go, referee has officially started the matchup. Here we go, Rhea Ripley with a two-handed choke slam, taking down Shayna to kick us off here. And still to come tonight is that massive main event that we mentioned. Ronda Rousey, the baddest woman on the planet, takes on Jade Cargill, your women's champion. Rhea Ripley recently, not Rhea Ripley, but Ronda Rousey recently coming out and attacking the likes of Rhea Ripley and saying, hey, if there's a point in time in this matchup where why am I not getting my opportunities? Why is Rhea Ripley facing off with Jade Cargill first, and why isn't Ronda? Why not myself going first? Because last week we're supposed to see Rhea versus Jade Cargill for the very first time, but Ronda Rousey saying, no. Why aren't we challenging for the Women's Tag Team Championships, and why in the hell is Rhea Ripley getting those opportunities before me? And JBL, to end SmackDown, he said, hey, I think it's a great idea. We'll have Shayna and yourself take on Liv and Raquel because you have beaten them before in tag team action. But also, you talk that big smack talk. Well, on SmackDown coming up, you're going to have to face off with Ronda. Ronda Rousey's going to have to face off with Jade Cargill. So, it's a lot to take in and digest. But for Rousey, and Shayna, they want to be the top of these women's divisions. Well, certainly you're going to have to beat the best of the best, and they are certainly going to get an opportunity to do that tonight. As now, here we go, pinfall opportunity. Will this be enough? 2! No, and Shayna able to fight out of it. And Shayna's going to be a big name in that women's matchup too, certainly, just because of her name. I mean, yeah, she's a former NXT Women's Champion, but you know, she's looking for that breakout opportunity, and the Royal Rumble could be anyone's breakout opportunity, especially Shayna Baszler. But right now, in a predicament, upside down, not the way you want to be, but she's able to fight out of it. And Shayna's one of those women that you don't want to necessarily wrestle all the time, because Shayna, the master of the submission and MMA game, certainly she can deal with the best of the best when it comes to that stuff. And talking about that, we're going to see it right here. That's now Shayna with almost like a guillotine type of submission hold here. Or I guess you could say Coquita clutch of sorts. Rhea Ripley may have to tap out. A message certainly would be sent here if she is able to make Rhea tap out. Rhea's trying to fight for her life, and she's able to slip out of it momentarily. But can she get her breath back enough to where she can fight back here? Oh, and a big spear right to the ribs there of Shayna. Shayna and Rhea tearing each other apart right now here live on Smackdown. And coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, Karrion Kross will be taking on the limitless Keith Lee one-on-one. And like we mentioned before, this will be the first time we've seen Keith Lee since losing at Survivor Series. And then for Karrion Kross, this is the first time we'll see him ever since he started up that group. And for Kross, he has another massive matchup against The Undertaker at the Royal Rumble. He lost it at Survivor Series, and now he's going to have to go with the well one more time, but he has some backup in the names of Authors of Pain. The Final Testament will definitely be a massive matchup for themselves as Kross and The Undertaker go at it for round 2 at the Royal Rumble. As Shayna tosses Rhea Ripley back inside the ring here. Oh, wait a minute, Shayna gonna go high risk here. Referee telling her to get back inside the ring, and she does, but the elbow not able to connect. And we'll see if Rhea can get something going. But no, Shayna Baszler. Look at this. What a maneuver. Can Shayna steal a victory here on SmackDown? Yes, she does. Massive win for Shayna. Shayna needed that, especially over a big-time competitor like Rhea Ripley. What a matchup. Look at this maneuver. Bam! Takes her down. All she wrote. And gets that 3 count. And we'll see if this will get that momentum they desperately need heading in to the massive pay-per-view known as the Royal Rumble. And now here we go. Keith Lee, the Limitless One, will be taking on Karrion Kross, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a brutal, powerful matchup between two big dudes. And for Keith Lee, if he's able to get himself into the Royal Rumble, this will be a moment for him to say, hey, I be a former undisputed champion in Karrion Kross. I deserve to be in that Royal Rumble matchup. Because a lot of these matches, you just don't know if you're going to be seeing these guys in the actual Royal Rumble matchup. Because the rosters on Raw, SmackDown are just so damn talented, and you don't know what surprises are in store for Royal Rumble. That's the king of the Royal Rumble, essentially. It's like, hey, you just don't know what to expect. Expect the unexpected. Legends, NXT superstars, new people that we've never seen before. You know, that's what the beauty of the Royal Rumble match is, ladies and gentlemen. But big time moment for Keith Lee just to get back in the win column. He came back. You know, obviously MVP called Keith Lee to come up and help them out. Eventually they'd go back and forth with themselves in the Hurt Business. But essentially at Survivor Series, the Hurt Business is no more in the terms of what Keith Lee, MVP, Omos, Cedric Alexander, and Shelton Benjamin. Now that is in the hands of Bobby Lashley, the Street Profits, as of right now. So we'll see how that goes. And Bobby Lashley, he says that it's going to be his year, and it sounds like he plans on being in the Royal Rumble match as well, as there is the Karrion Kross, ladies and gentlemen. Like I mentioned before, imagine if Karrion Kross And these two guys right here, Akam and Rhea, are able to get themselves in this Royal Rumble matchup. How that may change things for this whole dynamic of this group. Holy cow, look how big these dudes are. Akam and Rhea, former tag team champions here, especially on Smackdown. They know how to beat the very best of the best. They fought off with the likes of the Usos, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose at that time. Obviously, it's Jon Moxley now, but certainly Akam and Rhea have faced off with the best of the best. SmackDown, Raw, NXT, does not matter. These guys are just two brutal dudes. And they are calling themselves the Final Testament. Akam, Rhea, Karrion, Kross, Paul Ellering, and Scarlett. So it is certainly something to behold, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot wait to see how this matchup is going to fare. The one-on-one Karrion Kross takes on Keith Lee in just mere moments live here on Smackdown. Gonna be an absolute war. Here we go. Keith Lee, Karrion Kross. And we have officially started. Two big dudes going at it. Who's going to walk into this massive matchup, or walk out of this matchup with a victory around their name and their hand being held by the referee? And certainly, if both of these guys are scheduled to be in the actual Royal Rumble matchup, a win may honestly help them climb up the projected rankings of when they're supposed to come out entrant-wise. So if both men are supposed to be high, one's going to go up, and one may either stay where they're at, or maybe they'll start to climb up a little bit. So it's something to keep an eye out with these matches. Like I said, you don't know what they draw necessarily until you get to the Royal Rumble. Obviously, the only one that we really know about is Damian Priest coming out in that 30th spot in the Royal Rumble matchup. There's now Karrion Kross. Go for that swinging neck breaker, possibly. No! Oh my god. Brutal forearm to the back of the head. Keith Lee's going to have to figure out something very, very quickly, or Karrion Kross might end him right here, right now. Is now Lee in a bad spot again, getting spiked on his head, and Keith Lee doing the right thing, rolling out of the ring. It seems like he might try to bait Kross out, and he does. And just like that, he takes the momentum away from Kross. Kross should realize it. He's a manipulator when it comes to those type of mind games. Keith Lee absolutely fired up here tonight. Realizes how big this moment is, despite him having some troubles early on against Kross. As referee trying to hold back Keith Lee, and now Kross back inside the ring, and what a lariat, takes down Karrion Kross. And now this is not what you want if you're Karrion Kross, the big man Keith Lee, throwing you around like a cruiserweight. That is not what Kross wants, especially with all the hype around this Final Testament group. Certainly Kross is already dangerous as he is, but adding the Authors of Pain to this, it is going to be even more dangerous than Karrion Kross already is, especially him being a former undisputed champion. Obviously, Cody Rhodes defeated Karrion Kross to get back that championship. Kross defeated Bobby Lashley in that triple threat matchup to become the new champion. That was at Night of Champions. That's now Karrion Kross. Time for an F10. Has him up. F10. Down goes Keith Lee. Is that it? 2. No, Keith Lee with a powerful kick out. And look at Kross. He cannot believe it. And look at that frustration is brewing right now for Karrion Kross. Not too sure what he wants to do at this moment. Kross now. Going for that flying shoulder tackle. Akam. Or I believe that's Akam. Yeah, Akam throwing him back in the ring here. And Kross telling him, hey, I could have handled him there. But it is what it is at this moment. And now look at Keith Lee with a one-handed spine buster, I guess. Whatever you want to call it. Whatever it was. Very, very brutal. And now Kross in a bad way again. He's about to eat himself some barricade right there, the tailbone, the behind of Kross. And Keith Lee has got himself a fired up Keith Lee. And this is a bad look right now for Kross. Oh no, Keith Lee. Oh, what a suplex. Now we are down to a 7. Are we going to have ourselves a count out? Referee at an 8. Here we go. Karrion Kross back in the ring. Not playing around anymore. Doomsday Saito suplex. Is that it? 1, 2, 3. Kross realized that Keith Lee had too much going for him right there in those last moments. It says, you know what, screw it. Doomsday Saito suplex, dropping you right on your head. And that gets a massive win for Kross. And that gives the final testament. Good momentum heading in to the pay-per-view. Karrion Kross in the final testament. What will it look like for them post-Royal Rumble? We'll find out next week, but we still got another Smackdown to figure out what's going on. It is main event time live here on Smackdown. Ronda Rousey takes on Jade Cargill. Ronda Rousey, like we mentioned before, she attacked Rhea Ripley last week and said, hey, first off, where's my Smackdown, or I should say, where's my Undisputed Women's Tag Team title shot? And then also, why in the hell is Rhea Ripley jumping ahead of me? JBL gave Ronda Rousey and Shayna a Women's Tag Team Championship matchup at the Royal Rumble because they have defeated Liv and Raquel in previous matches and tag team matches. And then also, JBL said, hey, you know what, don't rue the day that I give you this opportunity, because now you're going to face off with Jade Cargill and you're going to see how good she really is. Well, here we go. A first time ever matchup, ladies and gentlemen. And for Ronda, certainly going to be feeling good about her tag team partner Shayna defeating Rhea Ripley earlier on tonight. And that is not something to be taken lightly, because that's a massive win for Shayna. As here comes your women's champion, Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill, undefeated ever since coming in here to WWE, has taken down Becky Lynch and Asuka, basically first-handedly destroying that tag team. Only reason that Becky and Asuka lost those women's tag team championships is because Jade Cargill, with the outside interference, giving enough time for Jade and company for Jade to leave, and then Liv would go on to pin Asuka. And then Asuka would eventually be traded or moved over to Monday Night Raw. So a lot of stuff going down here on SmackDown here. So here we go. Referee has officially made this matchup. Official match has started. This is your main event of the evening. How is this going to fare for Ronda Rousey, the baddest woman on the planet, taking on Jade Cargill, the women's champion? Jade Cargill is currently undefeated, and we'll see how long this will continue to be here on SmackDown. And now Jade and Ronda continue going back and forth here early on. This is just going to be all about strength and power in this matchup. And Jade just rubbing it in Ronda Rousey's face, saying, hey, try to outdo me here. You're the baddest woman on the planet, show me. And now, oh, right there to the legs. That certainly won't be feeling too good. Nice reversal from Jade. One of the hottest free agents in a very long time. Raw, NXT, and SmackDown were all fighting over her. But JBL said, hey, you know, Raw's getting a lot of superstars right now. I got to figure out something. I got to start using my money that I have here on SmackDown. So he signed Jade Cargill, Nick Aldis, Stone Cold Steve Austin to all lucrative deals here on SmackDown. As now look at Jade Cargill with a big time Hurricane Rana taking down Rousey. This is not what you want from Rousey, as Jade Cargill just tossing her around at this moment. Big pinfall in this matchup. Will this be it? No. What a strong kick out, but Ronda holding her ribs right now. Could have some bruised ribs early on. As Jade just not messing around when it comes to certain things. Let's look at this Samoan drop from Ronda Rousey, catching her. And Jade Cargill Doesn't feel like she's really phased. As what a big boot to Ronda. That certainly has to be it, but Jade Cargill not done playing around. It's another big boot. Is this it? 1, 2, no! As now, here we go. What a moonsault, but no, Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey. That would have been a hellacious moonsault if she was able to hit it. And now, here we go. Oh, a big takedown from Ronda here. And Ronda gonna look to work on that left shoulder blade. Now this could be a key moment for Ronda Rousey to have your women's champion in a bad spot right now. Imagine if Shayna, not only she already beat Rhea Ripley, now imagine if Ronda Rousey can send Jade Cargill with her first ever loss here in WWE. How crazy would that be? Be a massive night for Ronda Rousey and Shayna, especially since they're challenging for those women's tag team championships there at the Royal Rumble next week at the Royal Rumble. We don't even know what next week's Smackdown is going to look like either. A lot of pressure on that go-home show for a lot of these shows, especially Raw and Smackdown. It's, ankle lock here. Ankle lock to Jade Cargill. Can she grab that bottom rope? And she does. And for Jade, hopefully, for her sake, there's not too much damage to where Jade and Becky Lynch will be going at it at the Royal Rumble next week as a gut-wrench power slam. But now Jade Cargill doing the right thing, waiting for Ronda to come out here to change up the momentum. And now a gut-wrench power slam as well. Gut-wrench suplex, whatever you want to call it. Either way you call it, it is absolutely impressive. Both women pulling it all out tonight. As what a haymaker there. And Rousey has Jade Cargill up. Oh no, the rake of the eyes. The rake of the eyes from Jade Cargill. And now Jade gonna make her pay. No, big time. Back body drop, and now Jade. What is Jade thinking here? Pump handle. Oh my goodness. What a maneuver there from Jade. She's pulling all sorts of maneuvers out of her repertoire. And now Jade, big time boot. The big boot connects. Certainly that has to be it. Yes, it is. Jade Cargill survives Ronda Rousey tonight. What a matchup. Rousey, she can definitely hang with the best of the best, but that eye rake helped out Jade Cargill. Bam. Almost a little shades of a different variation of a KOD there. Then the big boot from Jade Cargill. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, your women's champion, Jade Cargill, sends a message to this women's roster, especially to Becky Lynch, her challenger, and also to Ronda Rousey on who the baddest woman is. And now we are back here, ladies and gentlemen, in Dayton, Ohio. Here comes your undisputed champion, Cody Rhodes. I'm being told he has requested this time. That main event we just saw between Ronda Rousey and Jade Cargill was supposed to be the end of tonight's show, but I'm being told Cody Rhodes has requested this time and JBL has given it to him. So Cody Rhodes is out here tonight. But what does Cody Rhodes have to say though? Obviously, the Royal Rumble's next week. A lot of big time things are going on. So you got to figure for Cody Rhodes, what's on his mind? What is he, what's making him come out here and want to end the show? Because we know next week's show is going to be a massive one, whatever JBL cooks up. But certainly, it's all going to depend on what's going on. We're told that Stone Cold Steve Austin is still at the hospital, ladies and gentlemen, still being checked out. But certainly we will know more throughout the build-up to the go-home show if Stone Cold Steve Austin will be able to make it to the Royal Rumble. Yes, there he is, your undisputed champion. Undesirable to undeniable is Mr. Rhodes there. But like I mentioned, we are just here in Dayton, Ohio to hear from this man, Cody Rhodes, your undisputed champion, didn't have a match tonight, but he will be addressing the WWE Universe as we get closer to the end. So, Dayton, Ohio, what do you want to talk about? Well, certainly there is a lot of stuff on my mind, especially with how big my championship defense will be at the Royal Rumble when I defend my championship against Finn Baszler. Finn Baszler and myself know each other quite well, especially from our rivalry on Monday Night Raw to us both being featured here on Smackdown. And the Judgment Day has gotten stronger ever since that debut of them coming together on Monday Night Raw. But that all comes to an end next week at the Royal Rumble. I promise you that. I promise you guys that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens will retain their championships against the Judgment Day. I will retain my undisputed championship against Finn Baszler. We will make sure in the Royal Rumble match that Damian Priest will not walk out the Royal Rumble winner and go on to WrestleMania. Certainly got yourself some big guarantees there, Cody Rhodes, but how about I lay out some guarantees for you? Once the Royal Rumble's over and done with next week, you're going to see a whole different era here on SmackDown. It will be the Judgment Day's era, and Stone Cold and John Cena will no longer be a part of this era on SmackDown. Not only did we take out Stone Cold Steve Austin and send him to the hospital, more than likely he won't even be able to participate in the Royal Rumble matchup. And this guy right here, John Cena, a future WWE Hall of Famer, he's going to be sent over the top of this balcony, and he'll be out for a very long time, just like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Just a simple message to be sent to our lovely undisputed champion. And Baszler has him off. No, he just tossed him over the top. Are you kidding me? Finn Baszler has just sent him over the top, and now Finn Baszler. Holy crap, what a way to end SmackDown.